Number 1, fear of heights. You're standing at the edge of a balcony. It's only the third floor, but your knees start plotting their escape, your palms turn into sweat factories, and your brain suddenly remembers every single time while coyote fell off a cliff. This isn't weakness. This is ancient wisdom wrapped in panic frosting. Fear of heights, also known as acrophobia, is your brain's way of yelling, hey, that's gravity's house and gravity doesn't play. It's not irrational, it's extremely rational. Falling from great heights is, historically speaking, a fantastic way to remove yourself from the gene pool. Even babies show signs of height anxiety in visual cliff experiments. You know, the ones where researchers trick infants into thinking the floor drops away. Science is weird, and the babies, they stop, they stare. They refuse to crawl forward because even their tiny, pre-verbal brains are like, hard pass, thanks. In evolutionary terms, the people who weren't afraid of cliffs, well, they're not around to tell us about it. The ones who were scared, they invented ladders, stairs, and the concept of not dangling off ledges like cartoon superheroes. So if your stomach does cartwheels every time you look over the edge of a tall building, congratulations. That's your survival instincts still doing their full-time job, making sure you don't become street pizza. Basically, fear of heights is just your nervous system politely reminding you, you're a land mammal, not a flying squirrel. Number 2, fear of the dark. So you're in your room at night, lights off, everything quiet, and suddenly every shadow is definitely a demon, or a serial killer, or that one creepy Victorian child ghost that shows up in every horror movie. Welcome to your good old-fashioned nyctophobia, aka fear of the dark. And no, it's not just for kids. Your ancestors literally built fires and slept in circles just to deal with this one. Back in the prehistoric days, darkness wasn't just inconvenient, it was deadly. You couldn't see the jaguar, the snake, the other tribes sneaking up on you with a rock. Your night vision sucks and predators knew it. Being afraid of the dark wasn't a personality trait, it was an evolutionary life insurance policy. Even now, your brain goes on high alert in low light. Your amygdala, the part responsible for fear, kicks in like a suspicious nightclub bouncer. Any creak in the floorboards? Threat. That coat hanging on the door? Threat. Your own reflection in the mirror? Definitely a demon. This is your survival software running in night mode. You might think you're evolved and sophisticated, but as soon as the lights go out, your brain reverts to caveman mode faster than a Netflix connection drops during the best part. So yeah, if you sleep with a nightlight, don't be ashamed. You're not a coward, you're an expert in not being ambushed by invisible predators. Number 3, fear of public speaking. Imagine being in front of a crowd, your voice cracks, your brain forgets its own language, your armpits become tiny waterfalls of terror. Sound familiar? Welcome to glossophobia, the fear of public speaking. And despite what every motivational guru on YouTube tells you, this fear isn't all in your head, it's deep in your evolutionary wiring. Way back when, if a bunch of people were staring at you in silence, it usually meant one of two things. 1, you were about to be eaten, or 2, you had seriously screwed up and might get banished from the tribe. Either way, not great. So now, thousands of years later, standing in front of a group still sets off the same fight or flight reaction. Your brain's like, everyone's looking at me. This is how Kevin got exiled after he burned the communal rabbit stew. We're next. Even worse, your body jumps in with its own helpful sabotage. Dry mouth, shaky hands, racing heart, and the delightful inability to pronounce your own name. It's not performance anxiety. It's primal stage fright coded into your DNA. But here's the twist. This fear made your ancestors better communicators. They had to get their point across clearly or suffer consequences. And now, that fear might just keep you sharp, hyper-aware, focused, alive. So yes, public speaking might feel like dying, but it also means your survival radar is working just fine. You're not weak, you're just genetically programmed to not get voted off the island. Number 4, fear of being watched. Ever feel like someone's watching you even though you're totally alone? You turn around, nothing. No one, just your coffee mug judging you silently. Still, your skin crawls. Your brain whispers, you're not alone. Good news, that paranoia is a feature, not a bug. Humans evolved to notice being watched because being stared at usually meant danger. A predator locking eyes, a rival sizing you up, or a saber-toothed cat about to audition you for a meat suit. That eerie sixth sense of being observed is tied to your brain's super-sensitive facial recognition and motion detection systems. We're social creatures and we notice eyeballs. Even fake ones. Studies show that people behave more morally, like paying for coffee or cleaning up trash, when there are just pictures of eyes nearby. Yes, your conscience is apparently terrified of clip art. It's called the watching eye effect, and it shows that your brain doesn't like the idea of being judged, even by inanimate objects. It's why you feel weird doing something sketchy when the cat's looking at you. So if you feel watched and no one's there, maybe it's your hypervigilant social brain misfiring, or maybe it's a ghost. Either way, don't ignore it. Your ancestors survived by paying attention to creepy feelings and not going, "Oh, it's probably just the wind." Spoiler. It was never just the wind. Number 5, fear of spiders. Spiders, eight-legged symbols of Halloween, dusty corners, and our collective urge to set the house on fire over something smaller than a bottle cap. But here's the deal, your fear of spiders isn't just dramatics or bad memories of Charlotte's Web going off script. It's an evolutionary reflex that your ancestors earned the hard way. Let's rewind a few thousand years to when humans lived in huts, caves, or literally just grass piles. Back then, spiders weren't harmless roommates. They were venomous biological landmines hiding in shoes, under bark, or inside the one cozy spot you were about to nap in. And even though most spiders today aren't deadly, your brain is still running a version of its old software that goes, legs, 8, movement, erratic, venom risk, maybe, kill it with a rock just to be safe. Studies even show that humans are faster at detecting spiders in our peripheral vision than almost any other shape. Like your brain will literally prioritize a spider over a snake, a knife, or your ex's face at the grocery store. That's how much of a threat spiders used to be. And no, you don't need to see a spider for the fear to kick in. Your body's already sweating, heart racing, and calculating the fastest path to torch the entire room. So next time you jump on the couch like it's lava because a spider crawled out of your shoe, remember, that's not weakness. That's your genetic survival strategy doing backflips in panic mode. Also, maybe check your shoes. Number 6, fear of holes. Trypophobia. Some things just feel wrong, like clowns or off-brand Oreos or clusters of tiny holes. Enter trypophobia, the weirdly common fear or disgust response to things like honeycombs, lotus seed pods, or the kind of skin texture that makes you want to bleach your eyes. Scientists are still debating whether it's a real phobia or just a strong form of visual revulsion. But regardless, your brain's reaction to these gross little clusters, it's surprisingly useful. One theory says trypophobia exists because those patterns mimic signs of disease or decay. Think smallpox scars, parasitic infections, or rotting flesh. Your ancestors didn't need microscopes to know when something looked contagious. Their brains just went, "Yo, avoid that." Another theory. It's a leftover fear of venomous creatures. Some of the world's deadliest animals, like blue-ringed octopuses or poison dart frogs, have those dotty, holy patterns. Your brain sees that and goes, "Nope, probably poisonous." Moving along, so yes, your disgust at a lotus pod isn't irrational. It's ancient disease avoidance software trying to save you from licking the wrong frog. And the fact that your skin crawls at certain textures. That's your biology quietly gagging for your own safety. Trypophobia, because sometimes your gut instinct is to dry heave. Number 7, fear of loud noises. Fireworks, thunder, balloons popping at birthday parties. All fun and games until your nervous system decides to evacuate your soul through your eardrums. The startle response to loud noises, known scientifically as the acoustic startle reflex, is one of the fastest, most hardwired survival tools in your entire body. You can't train it. You can't turn it off. Your spine reacts before your brain even finishes asking, "Wait, what was that?" Back in the day, sudden loud noises usually meant something bad was happening. An animal charging, a tree falling, a rock slide. Or, other humans with very aggressive negotiation strategies. Your ancestors who flinched, ducked, and ran, they survived. The ones who went, "Oh, curious noise," and turned slowly like a Victorian ghost, they got eaten. Even today, this fear serves a purpose. Loud sounds signal urgency, that something has changed in your environment now and you need to deal with it. Whether it's a car horn or an explosion, your body slams the panic button and floods you with cortisol like a tiny, screaming life coach. So when you jump 3 feet because someone dropped a pan, don't feel silly. That's your inner caveman yelling, "Boom equals death. Move." Your startled shriek is just a safety siren in a hoodie.